Cool. Yeah. Okay. So to start, I know you mentioned you were passively looking at the kind of like the art history program at York. Were there
Hmm.
any other programs or schools you were looking at or considering?
No, no, just this one. And this was like a little while ago, like in the beginning of the pandemic, when I had some more
Mm.
time on my hands. I started thinking about things, and I kind of looked into it. And I think at some point I must have submitted my email, which is probably how you got it. And yeah, and yeah,
Cool.
that was pretty much it. Then like life kind of resumed to normal
Right.
more or less, and then I just got busy and kind of shelved it for a little while. Yeah,
hmm that sounds like a neat idea, like art history.
yeah,
Again, redoing education. I think like um, I've heard that like school takes on different meanings and education takes on different like experiences. Like the second, third time you do it.
yeah,
So I'm
definitely.
excited to go back myself.
Yeah.
Yeah. So why York? Like, how did York come up on your radar?
Honestly, it was just like a Google search.
Oh,
So I did a Google search of like all the schools, and York was one of the first ones that popped up. So I started looking into it. I spent some time like going through the website and looking at the requirements and what I met and like the time commitment. And then, yeah, like I said, I just got busy again and then just kind of shelved it for a while.
sure.
I have a full-time job and I have two young kids, so it's not something that I can do unless it's offered part-time or like there's like a good online option. And I didn't see that online, so I
Mhm.
think it's offered part-time, but I don't think there's like a part-time online option
Right,
from what I saw. Yeah.
right,
Can I ask, do you remember what you would have been looking for on Google
right. Good question. Yeah.
Uh,
to get to that point?
yeah, I think I just Googled like schools that offer an art history program, and this school came up, and to be honest, I don't remember what else. This was like the top of the list, and then like you go on the website and you just start like looking at everything, and then it took me to some place where I guess I must have submitted my email, and I didn't look at any other schools, just this one. Oh, you know what? No, OCAD came up as well.
Yeah.
But for OCAD, there was something that like I didn't fit the criteria, or like this was an easier program to get into. I'm not sure, to be honest. Like I don't remember. It was a while
I
ago.
think they only offer a minor, if I remember correctly, or they have a
Okay.
more broader program for the like art history. It's just part of a different program. But
Yeah, maybe that was it. Yeah.
what about art history is intriguing to you?
Like I do something completely different with my work. I'm a dental hygienist, so I work with my hands, and I really enjoy it. I've always loved like doing what I do, but like having all that downtime during the pandemic, like I thought about other things I like to do besides that.
Mm,
And really, like I love going to museums. I love going to art galleries. I go to all the art shows, and why not pursue that? Like that's something that I'm passionate about. And like at this, well, maybe not at this point in my life, but in the future, like um money isn't like the driving force anymore. It's just something that you're passionate about and something that I like to do for myself. And with dental hygiene, it's a college program, and it's very good. It's like very competitive. It's hard to get into, and like I've been very successful in that career. But I would like to have like a university degree as well. So why not do
mm,
something that I like? And now that I don't have to worry so much about the money, it's just a matter of having the time to do it. So in the past, it was money and time. Now it's just carving out the time to do that for myself. So I think I just don't have. I'm not at that time space yet. Like I still have young kids and I have a lot of commitments with that. But maybe when my time frees up in the future, then something I would pursue.
hmm Cool. So wait, Kareem, do you know is there a part-time option for or like
That's a good question. I
for
don't
art
know the
history?
answer.
Yeah, it does say online that there is a part-time option, but it's not clear like when you get to like the next step when you click on it, whether that specific program qualifies for the part-time option. So I
Mm,
wasn't sure about that.
okay. Maybe we can even dig into the website now and like that'd be an opportunity for us to review the website and see what you think as
Sure.
you go through it. There should be a share screen button on the bottom there, if you see that. I'm gonna send you
Mm,
um, a link here into the chat. It's basically just the arts department website. And then it'd be great to get your initial pieces of feedback I know you had some feedback kind of coming in already, so we can just kind of riff off of that.
Sure.
Did you get the link?
I did click on it. I don't know if I clicked on the share my screen link.
Yeah. Not seeing the screen yet, but there's a button on the bottom that says share.
Entire screen.
Yeah, it should be entire screen. There should be some permission screens coming up. Yeah, there we go. Okay.
Am I there? Yeah.
Yeah. I think. Do you see the? Did you click on the website? I think you're.
I did.
Interesting. Okay. I think it's only sharing the whereby screen itself. Maybe if you're able to click on share screen and then click on the tab with the website. Sorry, I should have made like a video kind of like instruction sheet or something like that. Like this is a bit complicated.
I did click on it. It's just giving me like that little waiting symbol, the little circle. Oh no, maybe it's my computer. It says not responding.
Okay. Okay. Maybe we'll give that a second there. And I mean, like off the top, if you even remember, I know it's been a while. You said in the beginning you kind of like experienced the site there back in the beginning of COVID, right? Like, do you remember anything that might have like popped out at you, or anything that could have improved your experience while you were browsing, or could have been more useful to you as someone going through the site?
Did you guys change the website in the last year or so?
So there's two places you would get directed if searching art history. One would be the future student site. So I'll put that in.
I can also screen share.
And just for context, sorry, I didn't introduce myself. My name is Kareem. I'm the Director of Communications and Digital Engagement at AMPD. Okay. So I started recently, and what I'm doing is an audit of our marketing properties to ensure that prospective students have a very natural way of getting the information they need rather than having to hunt around, because York is such a big beast. I find it confusing myself coming here.
Okay.
So I just sent another link in the chat. Mark, if you want to jump into there.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, sorry, I see that, but I still can't click on it because something is it's not responding. It says.
No worries. We can use my screen. We can use my screen.
Was this the screen you saw last time?
Pardon me?
Was this the screen you saw last time, or do you remember if it was something different?
I can't see it because I got like a bunch of pop-ups and none of them are turning off because of the buffering thing. It's not responding. Oh, here's my tech support. Mila, can you change this?
Oh.
Do you know what's going on? Yeah.
Yep, I do.
But I don't want to disconnect. Okay.
Okay. Then there's no other way.
There's no other way. Okay, thanks.
You have to disconnect.
Okay.
Or you can click X. Look.
No, I don't want to disconnect.
That's the only way to disconnect.
Okay, thank you. Thank you, Mother.
Sorry.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, I guess I can just like reconnect to you guys. Like I can just close it down and restart it.
Okay.
Yeah, like I guess when I went on the website like just recently to prepare for this call, like it looked different to me than when I looked at it like a while ago. And like the one thing that I didn't see last time that I saw this time around was like a little chat button on the bottom. Yeah. And I remember thinking like when I was on the website last time, like it would be really useful if there was a chat button and I could just like type my questions and someone could like respond in, I don't know, real time or like, you know, soon to help me with that.
So this one, I'd love to get to that point. I just don't have the staff to do it. So the chat with Sadie allows you to book one-on-one time with an admissions officer or a recruitment officer.
Yeah.
And we found that really helpful, just to have her walk through people of the process, like what's offered, what's not, and things like that. So when you were like initially looking at it, and even now when you're thinking about it, what information would stand out the most for you when deciding to apply to the program? Like, what are things that are top of mind when you're looking?
Well, I guess like for me personally, like the time commitment and like the options of programs, like how I can participate, like whether there's like an online option for the school, if it's in person, like what kind of like time commitment is required for it, and then how long it'll take, like the cost of it all, that's important as well. But for me, I guess personally, like, yeah, just the time commitment and like what options you have and like how long it'll take to get to the end, like given like what time I can put in.
And what would you say is the simplest way to represent that in your
Like
mind?
the minimum amount of courses you have to take a semester, and whether those courses can be taken like in like online in the evening, like on demand, or like whether you log in, that sort of stuff. Like just scheduling. Like, I mean, I can just speak for myself, but people that like have kids and like work full time, like evenings and like weekends are the best for this sort of stuff. And I wasn't able to see whether that's an option for this program or not.
Gotcha. So more definitely like displaying whether you can take, I guess like the minute, like you said, the minimum amount of courses that you can take.
Yeah, or like
as
maybe
well
like
as
I saw online like there was like a sample schedule, but it was the sample schedule
sample
was
schedules.
of the courses. Like, here's a sample of like the types of courses that you could take, and like I looked at the courses and they all seemed super interesting. But how about like a sample schedule of someone who's doing it part-time, and like a sample schedule of someone who's doing it full-time, like that sort of stuff. Like that would be easy to picture going forward.
Right. Okay. And are you able to see my screen, by the way?
No, I'm not.
No,
I'm so sorry.
no.
Do
Okay.
you guys want me to like log off and like
I think
restart it?
if you don't mind, just because there's two sites I want to compare.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'll
You
just
should be able to easily jump back into the link.
Okay,
Yeah.
so I'll just start again.
Thank you.
No
See you
problem.
soon. Such a long day. I was on the roof since 8 a.m. Oh my God.
Hey man, that's some real like physical labor. Is not a bad thing. You can do it while you're young.
I can't feel my back.
You're still young and spry. Like 2 hours of that, I'd be like on bed rest for like a week. You're still good for tomorrow, right?
Yeah, stuff good for tomorrow. Lunch
do you-
12 or 12:30? 12:30 is on the calendar for 12:30, but
I can do a little bit earlier. So I have
Yeah.
I have a event until 11:30,
Mhm.
and then I can walk anywhere you want around. I don't know anything around New York. Like I
Sure,
literally
sure,
go to
sure.
the clubs,
Uh-huh.
and that's it.
Nice. We can go get some booster juice and Osmos or get
I'm
some
down.
coffee. We'll see. We'll see. Like I like hanging around the quad area, which is
Okay.
like the new area that they just built out.
Down.
Yeah. Awesome. I gotta hit the bank tonight or tomorrow before as well. So I gotta
And
do
then
that.
I'm good all the way until about 1:45.
Okay, that should be more than enough.
If we do 12 to 1:45, that works for me.
Yeah. Oh, okay. That's a lot of time. We got a lot of time.
Yeah.
Nice,
Well,
nice.
I'm gonna get lost finding you, so I'm still lost around York, man. Like I don't know where anything is.
Yeah, it's
Ryerson,
one.
different story.
Yeah, it's one of those campuses. It's so big, so huge. It's like
Yeah, I know how to get to my office, and that's about it. And like the what the hell do you call it? York Lanes or whatever it is.
cool. Nice. Back. All right, I'm gonna try sharing my screen now. Hopefully it works. Can you see my screen?
Yeah.
Do you
Cool.
want to go to the future students page, Mark?
Okay.
Was this the one that you saw before?
I think so. Yeah, that looks familiar.
Okay, so the reason the biggest part of this study for me is to understand, and most people get to our site from Google. We look at stats, and 87% of prospective students, no matter what age, program of interest, or whatever it is, get to this future student site that's maintained by the central department. The problem is they don't have enough context within our programs to give enough information. So if you go to the other one, Mark, the AMPD site, and then you can go to the art history one. So if you click on the hamburger and undergraduate and visual art and art history, this is maintained by us. I still think it needs a lot of work, but if you scroll down, this has more of the information that you might be looking for. Not all, because I do think, and I'll be candid, I think that we pretty much cater to the majority of the audience, which is full-time undergraduate.
Sure, yeah.
High school. But that being said, that to me is that's not acceptable, because I think that anyone that's looking to study with us in any context should be able to get all the information they need. So if you go to the art history link, Mark, just where you clicked, sorry, you go there. Yep, scroll down. You'll see the undergraduate button that you just clicked on. Up a little bit more there, undergraduate, and click on BA in art history. There you go. So this has a little bit more context. If you click on the BA honors button, it'll go over the overview, program highlights, the grad requirements, career paths, and stuff like that.
Courses. That's what that is.
So if you go to degree requirements, that should go more into all the courses you would need to actually pass. Okay. And the central site won't necessarily do that. So when you were looking at art history as a possibility for study, were you thinking about career paths post-graduation?
Like for like a retirement job, yeah, absolutely. Like I'm doing great now with my work, but if I didn't need to do what I do for money, then I would do this.
Okay.
It's just more something that I'm interested in personally. But you know, the one thing is, like, when I went to the beginning of the website, like, it said there was a part-time option, but then when you went on this website, it looked like visual. Oh yeah, but on the next on the other slide, it just said 4 years.
Yeah.
And then all the different entry times, but it didn't say that part-time was. You know what? I think that's what I Googled in the beginning. Like, when I first looked into it, I looked into part-time art history, and I think that's why I ended up clicking on York, because they were like, it was the first top of the list for the Google search.
And then for like the Mark, do you want to go just to the regular, so the other tab, art history feature? Does this seem too basic for you as a prospective student, or is this enough for you to make a decision whether or not to apply? Let's say all factors being ideal, meaning money wasn't the option, and obviously juggling a full-time career and kids is. Yeah. Would this be enough for you to make a decision to apply, or would you need a lot more information?
No, I think this is like a good little snapshot of what I was looking for, and I was able to find all the answers just by looking at that, just like the different times that you can enter. I guess maybe if you could just add whether it is available like part-time online. I don't know, like if COVID changed things for universities that way, that would definitely be like a deciding factor whether you could do it, whether it's in school or online.
Okay. Mark, was there anything else you had on your list in order?
Yeah. Would love to get some quick feedback on mockups, some mockups that we're working on, and then I think that should be it, actually. So you might be able to see this here. This is the first kind of new mockup that we're considering, or just a potential redesign. This is A, this is B, and this is C. Any thoughts on which one kind of like you connect with or seems the most appealing to you?
A, I think.
A.
Yeah,
Okay.
I like the photos of like the actual art and the people that are in there.
Hmm.
Yeah, like
Cool.
I think I'm like generally like a pretty visual person, and I like that.
Uh-huh.
The other ones is just more graphics, and then the other one is just like a picture of the school, which is great, except for like if you're
Hmm.
doing it online, then it doesn't really matter.
Right. And so if you landed on this page, like
Mhm.
where do you imagine yourself clicking on next?
I want to
You
zoom in a bit more.
Yeah, I can't
Yeah,
read
okay.
it. It's kind of
Zoom in.
small.
All right.
Oh, there.
Sorry.
I guess so. Find your program. Yeah,
Yeah. Find your program.
yeah. Future students, find your program.
Which
And
one
then,
would you say resonates more as a prospective student, the future student or the find your program?
find your program.
Okay.
Yeah, for sure. Because I think I would click on future students after I got the information that I needed about the program, like whether it's something that I'm interested in. Then I would look into like the ways of getting in there.
Hmm. Cool. Yeah. That should be about everything. That should be about everything. Kareem, unless you have any questions, I think
No, this was
that's
insightful because it's a hard audience for us to get prospective part-time students and students who are more mature. And like while the prospective high school student brings in like 80 to 90% of my revenue, I don't see that as the only audience we should be serving. So this is really helpful for us.
Yeah, great. Yeah,
cool. Well, thanks so much for the time.
thanks for having
Um,
me.
yeah, appreciate you making the time for us, and I'll send the gift card to your email if that's okay, to your email.
Yeah, thanks. Yeah,
And yeah, have a great
I'll
night.
give it to my kids. Thanks.
Yeah,
Okay. Have a good
awesome.
night. Okay.
Have a good
Thank
night.
you for your tech support for
Take
us.
care. Okay. Thanks. Bye.
Yeah.